Coming up on 5 Minute News. Ukraine says Russia wants to split the country. Shanghai locked down as mass COVID testing begins. And Gates Foundation to spend $200 million on climate-adaptive agriculture in Qatar. It's Monday, March 28. I'm Anthony Davis. Volodymyr Zelensky accused the West of cowardice on Sunday, while another top official said Russia was trying to split the nation in two, like North and South Korea. Zelensky made an exasperated plea for fighter jets and tanks to help defend his country from Russia's invading troops. Russia now says its main focus is on taking control of the eastern Donbass region, an apparent pullback from its earlier, more expansive goals, but one which is raising fears of a divided Ukraine. Speaking after US President Joe Biden said in a lacerating speech that Russian President Vladimir Putin could not stay in power, words the White House immediately sought to downplay, Zelensky lashed out at the West's ping-pong about who should hand over jets and other weapons while Russian missile attacks kill and trap civilians. I've talked to the defenders of Mariupol today. I'm in constant contact with them. Their determination, heroism and firmness are astonishing, Zelensky said. The Ukrainian president also told independent Russian journalists on Sunday that his government would consider declaring neutrality and offering security guarantees to Russia, repeating earlier statements. That would include keeping Ukraine nuclear-free, he said. He told the reporters that the issue of neutrality and agreeing to stay out of NATO should be put to Ukrainian voters in a referendum after Russian troops withdraw. He said a vote could take place within a few months of the troops leaving. China today began its largest lockdown in 2 years to conduct mass testing and control a growing outbreak in its largest city of Shanghai, as questions are raised about the economic toll of the nation's zero-COVID strategy. China's financial capital, with 26 million people, Shanghai has managed its smaller past outbreaks with limited lockdowns of housing compounds and workplaces where the virus was spreading. But the city-wide lockdown that will be conducted in 2 phases will be China's most extensive since the central city of Wuhan, where the virus was first detected in late 2019, confined its 11 million people to their homes for 76 days in early 2020. Shanghai's Pudong Financial District and nearby areas will be locked down from today through Friday as mass testing gets underway, the local government said. In the second phase of the lockdown, the vast downtown area west of the Huangpu River that divides the city will start its own 5-day lockdown on Friday. Residents will be required to stay home, and deliveries will be left at checkpoints to ensure there is no contact with the outside world. Offices and all businesses not considered essential will be closed, and public transport suspended. Already, many communities within Shanghai have been locked down for the past week, with their housing compounds blocked off with blue and yellow plastic barriers, and residents required to submit to multiple tests for COVID. Panic buying was reported on Sunday, with supermarket shelves cleared of food, beverages and household items. Additional barriers were being erected in neighborhoods today, with workers in hazmat suits staffing checkpoints. Shanghai detected another 3,500 cases of infection on Sunday, though all but 50 were people who tested positive for coronavirus but were not showing symptoms. While people who are asymptomatic can still infect others, China categorizes such cases separately from confirmed cases, those in people who are sick, leading to much lower totals in daily reports. Nationwide, 1,219 new confirmed cases of domestic infection were detected yesterday, more than 1,000 of them in the northeastern province of Jilin. China has reported more than 56,000 confirmed cases nationwide this month, with the surge in Jilin accounting for most of them. Major gas producer Qatar and the Gates Foundation will jointly invest up to $200 million over the next 2 years to help prepare farmers in developing countries to adapt to climate change. The new partnership, announced on Sunday at a conference in the Gulf Arab state, focuses on introducing climate-adaptive farming methods and technology to communities that depend on agriculture for both food and income, primarily in sub-Saharan Africa, said Mark Sussman, Chief Executive Officer of the Gates Foundation. We're trying to help those communities grapple with the reality of climate change now, and in a way help insulate them from the future damages of climate change, which can pull them deeper into poverty, he said. For example, the partnership aims to introduce dual-use chickens raised for both food and egg production to low-income women farmers in parts of Africa. The chickens are bred to be productive in a variety of climate conditions. Climate change is already happening. We are already seeing more frequent droughts, more frequent floods, less predictable weather, Sussman said. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is a major non-profit that tackles poverty and inequity. It will fund the partnership on a 50-50 basis with Qatar's State Fund for Development. You can subscribe to 5-Minute News on YouTube with your preferred podcast app. Ask your smart speaker or enable 5-Minute News as your Amazon Alexa flash briefing skill. Subscribe, rate and review online at 5minute.news. 5-Minute News is an Evergreen podcast covering politics, inequality, health and climate, delivering independent, unbiased and essential world news daily.